Boys and girls, when you see this video, you know what time it is. Club football's back. The Premier League football's back. And the prediction videos are back, baby. Game week 12. And after what happened last game week, the leaderboard looks very, very different. Are you guys ready for the remontada? But it's not just my remontada. Hasib is making a remontada out of nowhere. Shaib is making a remontada out of nowhere. I am on the same points as Hussein. So the only person who's actually lost in the last game week was Hussein, who didn't really have a great week. But listen, another game week. Let's see what's going to happen this game week. A lot of very good games as well for us to talk about. Before we start, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're getting very, very close to get to 20K on this second channel, which is pretty big. And of course, comment your own thoughts and who you think will be leading after this game week. The first game is Burnley against Chelsea. Of course, early kickoff. Chelsea, I can't lie, this season have done well in the early kickoff. The most recent game, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be bugging completely, was the game against West Ham, which they won big. But this game is kind of massive because Chelsea haven't really taken advantage of the schedule. Even though the last 4 wins, they've had 4 wins out of 5, which they're slowly picking up before the crunch time begins, before they've got a very tough schedule. And by that time, hopefully, Palmer's back. Hopefully, Colwell apparently is back by the New Year's. But they've got a game against Burnley, who hasn't really been that convincing. At home, they've lost against all the big teams, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Liverpool. So I do expect Chelsea to win this game easy. Of course, they've got a massive game against Barcelona coming up, which I don't think they're going to rest players because this game is massive, because they have to win. But I can see them leading by... I can see them, once the second goal comes in, they can start taking the most important players out. The likes of Caicedo, the likes of Cucurella. Just take them out, just rest them. But if I don't see, by the way, this is a message, I don't know, he's never going to watch it. Enzo Maresca, if I don't see you starting Steve after what he did with Brazil, brother, I'm going to come, find you, and do something to you. Chill, PG only. My predictions are 2-0 Chelsea. Hasib went with a 2-0 Chelsea. And Hussein, 3-1 Chelsea, Shaib. So all the boys, all of us picked Chelsea to win, which means this should be a routine expected win for Chelsea. But Chelsea is that kind of team where they play well against the big team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win 4-0, 3-0 against Barcelona in the midweek. But come this game, they might lose 1-0. Like, Chelsea is that kind of team where I still can't find the consistency. But I do think they'll win this game. The next game is Bournemouth against West Ham. West Ham has been picking up some crucial points and crucial wins with, of course, Nuno Santos. Bournemouth, I can't lie, losing last week to Villa in the fashion which they did, it surprised me. It surprised me. But I don't think, like, Bournemouth is not that kind of team, and especially with Andy in charge, I don't think that they are the kind of team where after a big loss or after, let's say, a massive, like, surprise defeat, I don't think they are that kind of team to dwell on it and then lose the next back-to-back game or make it 3 out of 3 or 4 out of 3. Like, every time I see them losing a game, the next game, they pick it up. They bounce back straight away. And this is the kind of win which I expect them to do as well. I do expect to win this game. And West Ham, away from home, I haven't been convincing recently. So I can see Bournemouth winning this game. Hence the reason why I use my double points. I'm going with a 2-0 Bournemouth win. Hasib went with a similar fashion. Shaib went with a similar fashion. But Hussein predicted a draw between Bournemouth and West Ham. Then we've got Brighton against Brentford. I can't lie. I'm going to put my hands up and say, listen, Brentford, I wasn't familiar. I wasn't expecting you to perform the way you're doing right now. I'm going to just put my hands up and say, no, you know what? I was wrong. I think myself and most people, let's be real, like, if you say you didn't, then you're lying. You're capping. Everyone had Brighton going down. Like, after, of course, losing the manager, losing 3 of the best players. But what they've done, like winning against who was it last week, which they had a big win against Newcastle, winning against Newcastle, winning against Liverpool, and they've managed to pick up winning against West Ham. They've picked up some crucial points. But Brighton at home, is a complete different beast to Brighton away from home. Now, Brighton away from home, I can't trust him. Brighton at home, I can trust him. Hence the reason why I went with a 3-1 Brighton win. And same with Hussein, he predicted 2-0 to Brighton. Shoaib went with a 1-0 Brighton. And Hasib predicted a draw between Brighton and Brentford, between Brighton and Brentford. Then we've got Fulham against Sunderland. And Sunderland, you've done well. You've done well. You've done something which I don't think was possible. And again, I'll put my hands up. One, you had a shot on target. 2, you scored against Arsenal. 3, you scored 2 goals against Arsenal. And lastly, you picked up a point against Arsenal, which wasn't even possible at that time. Because Arsenal went through like a period where they couldn't concede after like in 12 games. But they're playing Fulham, who has not been convincing. But Fulham is that kind of team, yeah. They're weird. They go on a bad stretch, and then out of nowhere, they get a massive win. That has been Fulham for the past couple of years, especially at home as well. And I don't think Sunderland, big up Sunderland, but I don't think they'll carry the momentum after what happened last week. I think if there was no break, if it was just boom, you had a game, and then 3 days later or a week later, then they might win this game. But I think the break might have, I don't know, maybe the momentum's faded away in a way, but I'm going to go with a Fulham win. Same as Hasib, same as Shoaib, and Hussein is predicting a Sunderland win. Then we've got a big game. Liverpool against Forest. Is this going to be the game that Liverpool's gonna... I can't lie. Listen. Liverpool fans, you guys must hate me. Because every time I predict you guys to win, you don't win. And every time I predict you guys to win big, it never happens. Surely there is going to be a week, and there's going to be a game week where you guys are going to win big. And I am going to predict this. This game, at home, you've had a break. You lost against City before the break. You've had 14 days. The players have come back from international breaks. Some of them are happy. Robertson, happy. You know what I mean? Over the moon. Some of them, not as much. Szoboszlai. So, Isak is coming back. I think he's going to start this game. Ekitike is coming back, having a great cameo with France in one of the 2 games. Salah had a rest. So I'm seeing a pattern. And the pattern is Liverpool to win 3-1. And I do think this is going to be the game where you're going to look back at it and say, you know what? This is the game that Liverpool just decided, you know what? Open the book, open the chapter, and we're starting an actual great form, an actual great run. I'm expecting it. I could be wrong, the same way I've been for the past couple of weeks with Liverpool, but I do think Liverpool will finally win this game. And against Forest, Dyche, big up Dyche, yeah? But I don't think this is going to be the game where, listen, Forest, even with Dyche being there, they haven't been great defensively. And Liverpool are not great defensively. Hence the reason why I think Liverpool concede a goal. But I think, bro, I just realized all of us, 3 of us predicted Liverpool to win 3-1. So I thought I was on a great vision, but everyone shares the same vision. Then we've got Wolves against Palace. Rob Edwards, new manager, and trust me, it's going to be a new manager bounce. I'm the only one picking Wolves to win this game. Wolves have yet to pick up a single W, a single win so far in this Premier League. The only team not to win. But I'm telling you right now, with the manager, with Rob Edwards, I can already see the pattern. They're going to go up by, they're going to concede the first goal. Then they're going to score 3 goals. They're going to concede a late goal by Mateta. And the game, everyone might think they might concede to make it 3-3, but boom, they're going to hold on and they're going to pick up the first W. And then the next 3 weeks, they will lose every single game. I've seen the script. Hasib is predicting a Palace to win 3-2. Hussein with a 1-1 draw. And then Palace to win by Shoaib. Then we've got one of the biggest games of the game week. I'm so annoyed that this game is taking place straight after Barca, which means I can't do a watch-along because it's clashing with the Barca watch-along, which is kind of annoying, but I'll still watch the game and I'll give you guys a match review, of course, on this channel. This is a big game. City have been well and the form has been great, and I made a video talking about how scary they've been, and of course, they're now part of the title race. I thought the title race was done, but after the draw that they had Arsenal had against Sunderland and Liverpool losing to City. I feel like I'm gonna give it a month. I think the month of November, but most importantly, the month of December will give me a great judgment of how the Premier League table will look like. Because I think with now Arsenal losing big players, which I'll get to in their game against Spurs, I think this is I think City's got a good chance to take advantage if Arsenal do slip up in certain games. A game against Newcastle, they haven't been convincing. I think I think Champions League they've done better than the Premier League, and every time they win a game in the Premier League, they lose the next game. They win a game, they win against Forest, they lose against Brentford. They lose this game, they come back this game. But they haven't been convincing at all. City have actually picked up a consistent run, and I think that will continue. And I'm going to go with a 2-0. The reason why everyone predicted City to concede, I think City defensively have been very good, especially the goalkeeper Donnarumma. So I do think the clean sheet record will continue. Hence the reason why I went with a 2-0 City win. Hasib went with a 2-1. Hussein went with a 3-2. And Shuaib went with a 2-1 City win. Leeds against Aston Villa. Let's be real, yeah. Let's not waste any time, fam. I don't want to be previewing no game of the sort. I went with a 2-0 Villa win. And the rest of the boys, Hussein predicted 3-1 Villa, and both Hasib and Shuaib predicted a draw. Let's get to the game, which I want to talk about. Arsenal against Spurs. Big game. Big game. The reason why this game is bigger than what it's been is because of the fact what happened during the international break. Gabriel going out with an injury, which is massive, and Calafiori, which I don't think will be healthy. I don't think his injury is that bad, but I think he might be back in the game against Bayern. Gabriel is out for the next month or 2 months, according to the reports. Arsenal can still play a great backline because they've got the depth, they've got the options. They can play. They've got so many options. They can either play Lewis Skelly as a left back and put Hincapi as a centre back. They can put Hincapi as a left back and put Mosquera as a centre back. They can put Lewis Skelly as a left back and put Mosquera as centre back. They've got different options of what they can do. The way I'm expecting to be, I think Hincapi will play as a left back because Arteta have got this, which most managers do. They want a left-footed centre back. So I do expect it to be Hincapi and then Lewis Skelly as a left back. People forget how good Lewis Skelly was before Calafiori came back from injury and performed the way he did. Lewis Skelly last season, everyone was talking about he is the guaranteed England starter and he's one of the best left backs in the league, one of the greatest talents. He should win the PFA Young Player. Like, there was a lot of stocks on Lewis Skelly. So that stocks hasn't faded away. It's not like he's performed bad. It just means a different player came in and performed better. And Calafiori, who's a better player. I think the back line is not going to have any sort of complications because I don't think replacing a Lewis Skelly with Calafiori and then bringing in Hincapi, and especially with the way Spurs has been going forward, who hasn't been convincing. The 2 goals against United is not going to fool me. United were just bad defensively. You know, that was a moment which they could have defended better. I don't think Spurs will concede. Spurs will score. I do think Arsenal will keep the clean with a clean sheet record. The question is whether they can score goals going forward, and because Spurs are 10, they're bound to concede chances, and Spurs are bound to Spurs are not the greatest team defensively. They're not. I genuinely think the injuries will not play any sort of impact. And I'm going to go with a 3-0 Arsenal win. The rest of the boys, Hasib predicted 2-0, Hussein and Shuaib predicted 3-1. But, bro, I think Arsenal will continue the run. I don't think this is the game which I'm going to look at and change anything about because Spurs hasn't been great. Spurs has not been good. They haven't. Unless they prove me wrong against Arsenal, which is a massive game. Like, that is a statement win. We're beating Arsenal at the Emirates. And it's been a while since they've beat them. It's a statement win, but I don't think that's going to happen. I do think Arsenal's going to win this game. I think it's going to win quite easily as well. Then the last game of the game week between United and Everton on Monday. And listen, everyone is waiting for the time where United's going to win 5 games and for this Donny to cut his hair. I'm going to be real, fam. This Donny needs to wait a year, fam, because it's not going to happen. United, despite the fact that there is this Donny saying, I want 5 wins, they've done well. They've done well. 3 wins, 2 draws. If you asked any United fans last season, they would take it. They would bite your hand, fam. I'm going to be real. Despite their nice little run, unbeaten in 5 games, 3 wins out of 5. They should have won against United, against Spurs, sorry. They should have won against Forest as well. This is the kind of game which everyone thinks United is going to win routine at home. The last time they lost against Everton, if I'm not mistaken, I could be bugging completely, was 2013, I think, before Fergie, or the season. No, I think before Fergie. I think that was before Fergie. I think that was Moyes. I think I could be bugging completely, by the way. But I don't think United's going to win this game. Like, United needs to do a lot of things for them to convince me that they're actually consistent. 5 games is not a consistent run. A stretch, I want to see an 8 games to 10 game stretch where I can see performance after performance, performance after performance. Right now, that's just a nice little cute run, which they should have lost the last game if it wasn't for the Leeds scoring the last second. Everton, I can see them winning this game. Hence the reason why I'm not going to go with an Everton win. I'm going to go with a draw, but I don't see United winning this game. Like, the rest of the boys, all of them think United's going to win. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they are going to win. I just don't. But these are my predictions. These are the boys' predictions. Put down in the comment section if you guys disagree or agree with any of our selections. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon with the match reviews as football is finally back.